Hi everyone, and welcome back to Cottage Soapery. I thought I would do a quick video and show you guys how I wrap my mini cupcakes, my larger cupcakes, and my bath bombs. Just because I was wrapping them tonight, I figured I would go ahead and show you. I use, for my bath bombs from Paper Mart, I use these cello bags, and they are 2.5 by 2 by 6 crystal clear cello bags, and they come in a box of 100. And they're not very expensive. I can't remember. I just ordered 5 boxes of them. I can't remember. I think they're 5 something. They're not that expensive. But they fit my bath bombs perfectly. Now, bath bombs are obviously different sizes, so that yours may or may not fit. Mine are a little more than 4 ounces a piece. So they fit perfectly. So the first thing I do, like this is my margarita lime. And I have a little bit of Epsom salt on one side, so I kind of want that to show. You can see the bag has kind of a line up one side, so I always use that as the back. Alright, so I get it in the bag, and what I do next is you want it to be, you can shrink wrap them, there's a number of things you can do, but you want them to be airtight. You don't want it so moisture can get to them. So I have a ton of this. I have a ton of ribbon, period, but I use some of this usually because it's thinner. I just cut off a piece, and while I'm holding it, I go ahead and wrap and tie it real tight, and then I tie it in a knot. And then at this point, you can add your tag to it. You can put a sticky label on it with your information. What I do is I put a tag on it. And this is my margarita lime tag. What I do is I have a ton of these scrapbooks that I get. And I love the different colors. And so I'll just go through and pick something that goes with, you know, the color theme or whatever. So, and it changes because I have different papers. But this one I chose for margarita lime, and then I have my little label that I make, and I punch the cardstock out of, or is it scrapbook paper? What would you call it? Yeah, I cut the paper with a 2 1/4 inch punch, and then this smaller one I cut with a 1.5 inch punch. And I make it so I can fit all my information on it. All the ingredients are on it, the weight and the price, so that I have just one tag. I don't have to worry about doing, you know, like a label for margarita lime and then a separate one for the ingredients. So I try to keep it simple, keep it all together, and I just tie a little bow. And I'm not the best bow tire, so I admit it. And this one's going to be really bad just because I'm on camera, probably. It's usually not this fussy, but... And then I just kind of trim the end a little bit so they're even. And sometimes I trim the top a little bit because sometimes they're they look a little bit long. And I also, in the past, I have a bunch of little tiny rhinestones if you want to decorate them up a little bit more. And I'll just use, I didn't get it out tonight. I have too many to wrap. I didn't want to do that. But sometimes, like for a special order or something, I will put a little bit of hot glue on a rhinestone and stick it right there. And it just makes it look a little extra pretty. So that is how I wrap my bath bombs. And usually I can do it real quick. I'll do one thing at a time. I'll go put all my bath bombs in their bag, and then I go and do all the ribbons, and it kind of makes it go quicker that way. And I also make a lot of my labels ahead of time. So I'll print a bunch of these, punch them out, punch the paper out, and when my husband and I are watching TV, I'll just sit and I use my little double-sided tape and just adhere it, put a hole in it, and then I keep them in this little container so that I have them ready. Right now I'm kind of low. I need to make some more, but it just makes it go faster if I do a lot at one time. So that is the bath bomb. I can show you again real quick with, I have one more here, oatmeal milk and honey. So just look for the line on your bag, put it in the back. And you get, kind of pinch it as tight as you can. I already have a ribbon here cut out. And when you tie your knot, kind of push it down so it's close to the bath bomb. Just, you want it to be nice and tight so no air or moisture gets in there. Tie your knot and then find your label. I just had my label here. Where'd my label go? Anyways, I'll grab one of these. Okay. So, same thing. I just use a different paper. Just tie one little knot here and then make a little bow. Sometimes I don't even make a bow. Sometimes I just tie it and have two little things hanging down. It just depends. I don't usually do things the same every single time. Sometimes I've added a little bit of tulle around it if you want to decorate them, like if they're for favors or something, I guess. You could just put a tiny bit of tulle wrapped around it with a rhinestone and they're really cute. Okay, so let's move on to the cupcakes. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how I wrap my cupcakes now. Okay, I have these bags and I love them. They're from clearbags.com and they're really good quality. They come, you can get them with or without this white piece, this little piece in the bottom. It wasn't much more to get it, so I went ahead and bought it. It has a line in the back, or it has a line, so I use that as the back. And because sometimes this bends and stuff in there, and then you have to literally take it apart to fix it because it's really hard to do when it's closed up. So someone recommended that I just put a little bit of tape on it. I have double-sided tape here. I'm just going to go ahead and stick it in and not stick it to the sides. Okay, so the next thing is it comes with this little, hopefully you can see this little plastic piece, and this holds the 2 mini cupcakes, and you just have to kind of bend it on the lines. And then you go ahead and stick it in your bag. Now, the other thing that drives me crazy is you can see that the sides here are shorter than here, and I wish they would make them all the same because then it wouldn't buckle. Once in a while, one of these little legs will kind of buckle, but I can work with it because I really like the presentation of these bags, and I don't want to change my packaging, so I just go ahead and carefully place my cupcakes in there. Now, I don't usually use a liner, a cupcake liner, because I like to show the colors in the bottom of the soap. And be careful, like if you have any on your hands, it will get on the bag and it kind of shows and doesn't look great. So, after I get it in the bag, the sides kind of go in on their own. They're kind of have a little bit of a bend right there. So then you just go ahead, with this bag, because it's shorter, I only fold it down one time. And then I use my tape. Look at this adorable tape dispenser. It's a little martini glass. I got it at the dollar store. It's actually Scotch brand. And it came with like the frosted tape in it. But whenever I'm packaging, I always use clear tape because it doesn't show. The frosted seems to show. So I just go ahead and fold it down one time and just put a little piece of tape on both sides of it. Now I have a little hole punch. I've gone through several hole punches to try to find one that would go through this plastic. It's ridiculous because this really isn't thick. So this one seems to work great. I got it at Walmart for 97 cents, and it has like you can only go down so far, so it's kind of good that you get your holes even that way. So I just do 1, 2, and then I get my ribbon. I think think I will go with this bright yellow ribbon since this is rainbow sherbet soap, and I think it would look pretty. So I just go ahead and feed them through the little holes. And then I kind of just tie a little, kind of a little knot in it. Kind of make sure your ribbons are sort of even, so when you tie them, your bow will be even. So I go ahead and I put my tag on here that's got all of my information on the back and the ingredients and the price and the weight. And just go ahead and, sorry, I have to have it facing me. I can't do it. Tie it the other way. And I go ahead and just tie a bow. Come here, you little bugger. Okay. So there it is. And I think the presentation is really cute. I like it. I think it's great for a gift. And like the bath bombs, you could decorate it up a little bit more if you wanted to with a little miniature flower or a rhinestone or whatever you wanted. But I think they look adorable just like this. So that's the packaging for the mini cupcakes. And I will leave the link to the website where I got, it's just clearbags.com. I'll try to link the actual sizes on there that I got. Now, this is the size I use for my larger cupcakes, and I like it because it's a square bottom. And we'll go ahead and pull out this piece so that I can tape it down. And you can skip this step if you want to. It's up to you. I just get a little, I don't know, if I see something that's, I just want to fix it, and sometimes it's not easy to fix unless you unwrap it. So if I tape that down, I think that will be stay better. So then this is the clear piece that comes for the larger cupcake. And you just go ahead and fold your score lines. And go ahead and push that in your bag. Now, see, that looks like it wants to buckle a little bit, so I'm going to kind of put it on the outside of the paper, or the little cardboard. I don't know if I already said it, but you can get these with or without this little cardboard piece, but it wasn't much more to get it with it, and I thought it would look nice. So I've got my line here in the back. I'm going to go ahead and put my cupcake in. And then this also kind of creases in on the sides like the mini one, so I like it. I think it looks nice. So this one is a little taller. You could cut a little bit off if you wanted to. I just go ahead and fold it twice, and my hole punch seems to go through fine. So I just go ahead and punch 2 little holes in it, and I'll get some more ribbon. Oh, I taped it down. I forgot that. My little kitty's playing behind me. She's not really a kitty. She's a full-grown cat, but her name is Carly. I don't talk about her in the videos very much, but she is my cat. She's very shy. She doesn't like anybody but me. And she goes everywhere I go. She sleeps next to me. This is kind of silly, but I always say, Carly, let's take a shower, and she runs in the bathroom, and I lay a towel out for her, and she lays on the towel while I take a shower. It's quite silly, I know. This is my tag. Again, I just go ahead and feed the ribbon through my hole on there, tie it up in a bow. And this goes quicker if, you just kind of do an assembly line with it, put all, make all your bags, and then it works quick, it goes quick that way. So there, and just kind of trim up your ribbon if you need to. So there is my large cupcakes, and I really like the presentation. I think it's really, I don't know, I just think it's very professional. And this is the mini. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, leave them below. I always try to answer my comments and questions the best I can. And I appreciate you guys watching. Have a great day.